Hi, my name is Aubrey and welcome to Natural Sciences Grade 8. When we speak of natural things, we're talking about everything that exists that's not man-made. Look at the pictures and see if you can distinguish between natural and man-made objects. Picture 1 shows a plant which is natural. However, picture 2 is a plastic flower. Plastic is a substance that is made by humans. It is not a natural substance. It is known as a synthetic product. The sheep in picture 3 is part of the natural world. What about the jersey in picture 4? We know that humans knitted the jersey, but is the fabric of the jersey natural or synthetic? If the jersey is made of real wool, or a wool and cotton blend, then it is still a natural product. If the jersey is made of nylon or some acrylic material, then it is a synthetic product. How are you getting the idea? The hillside in picture 5 is part of the natural world. Add some human habitation, and picture 6 shows us how humans change the natural world to suit their own purposes. Sometimes humans change the world using natural products, but humans also have learned to manufacture artificial or synthetic products. Humans are very successful animals because they've been able to adapt to all sorts of climatic conditions, including harsh deserts, frozen lands, the warm tropics, and the mountainous jungle regions. To a large extent, humans have been able to do this because they have such a creative use of materials. Using materials, humans have made shelters and tools that have enabled them to shape the environment to suit themselves. In this lesson, we begin to appreciate the role of materials in human advancement. On that note, let's catch up with Asanda for our first question of the day.
At Maragon Private School, and I'm so excited to be here. My friends are super excited and super cool, but I have one tiny little problem. I can't seem to find them anywhere. Hey guys, we're back at Maragon Private School, and in today's lesson we're going to be looking at the natural world. Sounds quite interesting, doesn't it, Ashley?
Sure does.
Sure. Okay, now I want you to tell me all about yourself. All about yourself.
All about yourself. All about myself. Where do I start?
Well, kind of things you like.
I love reading books, especially mysteries and adventures.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I like watching the movies too. They make it so cool.
Okay.
It makes you feel like you're in the movie.
Things you enjoy eating most.
I've always liked a lot of things. What can I say?
Chocolate. Please say chocolate. Say
Yes,
chocolate. Okay, Ashley, before we get too carried away, what's your question for us today?
Well, what are natural materials?
Well, guys,
That's a fantastic question, and it looks at the beginning when man was still using natural materials. This is in line with this lesson, which goes on to show human advancement and human development of synthetic materials. And this is in line with learning outcomes 1, 2, and 3. Learning outcome number 1, scientific investigations. The learner will be able to act confidently on curiosity about natural phenomena and to investigate relationships and solve problems in scientific, technological, and environmental contexts. Learning outcome number 2, constructing science knowledge. The learner will know and be able to interpret and apply scientific, technological, and environmental knowledge. Learning outcome number 3, science, society, and the environment. The learner will be able to demonstrate an understanding of the interrelationships between science and technology, society, and the environment. Natural materials are substances that aren't artificial or synthetic products. When humans began evolving a culture of tool-making, they employed natural materials that were found in the environment. There are 3 distinct stages of early human development, named after the materials that man employed to make his tools. These periods are the Stone Age, about 3 million years ago to 2000 BC. The Bronze Age, from 2000 BC to 700 BC. The Iron Age, 700 BC to 70 AD. In the Stone Age, tools were made of bone, antler, wood, and stone. As humans became more expert at using stone to make tools, so the tools became more sophisticated. Simple grinders, scrapers, and choppers developed into axes, sickles, spears, and awls. From living in caves, early man began to build huts and mud brick houses, with simple furniture such as beds and cupboards. Their stone tools enabled them to master the environment more successfully than their ancestors. At the beginning of the Bronze Age, humans discovered that certain rocks, when heated to very high temperatures, about 800 degrees Celsius, caused metal deposits in the rock to melt. The metal could be hammered and molded into tools. The first metals to be used extensively in this way were copper and gold. However, copper is soft and is difficult to work with. Humans had discovered that if you added a small amount of tin, about 10% to the mixture, the resultant metal bronze was far better to work with. Humans had made their first alloy, a mixture of two metals. In the Bronze Age, useful tools and weapons were crafted. However, there is also evidence of another aspect of human culture developing. Ornaments, jewelry, musical instruments and figures used in religious ceremonies were also made. The Iron Age began when humans discovered that iron was more readily available and a cheaper alternative to bronze. It was stronger and could be made into even sharper weapons as well as stronger armor. Iron requires higher temperatures for smelting than does copper, so man had to advance his fire-making technology in order to exploit iron to its fullest. Even though the Iron Age is long gone, we are still finding ways of using iron to our advantage today. Stainless steel is a modern alloy of iron that is lightweight, shiny, and does not tarnish. The evolution of modern humans is very closely associated to the way humans learned to use natural substances to their advantage. In Activity 1, you'll be given information to read and you'll be asked to identify all the natural materials that are mentioned. You'll also be asked to make a list of natural materials that are not mentioned in the script. The learner will now pause the DVD and attempt the activity.